Hey, it's Clark. Let me ask you something. Why is it that we put things off to the last possible second? Or why is it that despite knowing what to do, we just can't follow through things? Motivation and discipline are little brothers to what we were talking about. This comes before those altogether. So I want to explain this to you in really simple, practical terms, but we will also not just leave you hanging, because I got a few questions here that once I did, unlocked a new level of motivation. It is amazing the kind of answers you can pull from yourself in like 10 minutes. So if that sounds good, smash the like button and let's get going. When you look at psychology and behaviorism, and even writings like Aristotle in 4th century BC, they spoke about a scale, a balance beyond why you do what you do. And on there are two forces that control your life. The first one is pleasure. It's no secret, you want to do things for a result that's good for you or feels good. You want to get in shape so you can look aesthetically pleasing. You want to make money so you have options in life and you can do things you want. You want to be in a relationship so you can share your life with someone, have great experiences, and get yelled at when I leave my beer trimmings around the sink. The other driver is pain. You are motivated away from pain. Now this scale is weighted because the thing about human psychology, time and time again, this is true. You will work harder to avoid pain than gain pleasure. If you go to Vegas, would you put your life savings on a 50-50 coin flip that you were gonna double it? Probably not, because the pain of losing everything outweighs the pleasure potentially of doubling. And if you say, yes, I would, I'll put the gambling hotline up here. Might need to call it myself after all these parlays I've been losing. Never bet the Jets. You can see how pain motivates you because like in college, I had 90 days, a whole quarter, to write a paper that was due at the end, right? Big portion of your grade was this paper. I put that thing off till like the last 48 hours, and then that thing like wrote itself, right? I was so motivated because the pain of failing that class outweighed the pain of sucking it up and slugging through the effort it took to write the paper. That is procrastination, isn't it? Putting things off to the last minute until the pain is so much, you know you just have to do it. You suck it up, you roll up the sleeves, and you get it done. Think about someone who's making a ton of money. They go from not having a lot their whole life to, they're making 10, 20 grand a month. That's a ton. But no matter what happens, they find themselves spending it, and getting it away. Well, if they associate a lot of pain with having money, because growing up they were programmed, money is the root of evil, rich people are greedy, cancel the 1%, to make money you have to take advantage of people, whatever that is, you're gonna subconsciously find a way to get rid of it. Or if you have a lot of pain around how you're making it, so like it's coming really fast, you feel like you don't deserve it, or maybe you feel guilty. You see this all the time with people who are making their money in shady ways. They feel a lot of pain around how they're making their money, and so they find all the reasons to get rid of it. But this video is like, okay, how do you really motivate yourself at the core? Like I said, in 10 minutes, you can be instantly motivated. For me, it comes down to one question. I want to give this to you. What will it cost me in blank by not doing blank? You take what you're avoiding and you flash forward a year, 3 years, 5 years, and you look at all the missed opportunities you had because you didn't blank. And you generate as much pain to not taking action as you're associating to taking it. Like when I did this, guys, I was getting back from tours, rock and roll, all that, if you know my story here, but I was having this terrible vaping habit. I asked myself one simple question. Do I want to be doing this when I'm 40? That was it. I looked at the vape one day, I was just like, do I want to be doing this when I'm 40 years old? And my daughter's like, Daddy, what's that? Why do you keep coughing? No, I don't want to be doing this when I'm 40. And that was the last time I ever bought the little Juul pods. Early in my career, when I was demotivated to work on my business, I looked at people who were working for someone else and I'm like, okay, the guys at the top, they're not smarter, they're not necessarily more qualified, they're just people who got over themselves, took more action, and they didn't self-censor or let their inner critic rule their life. I'm like, do I want to work for someone else? Do I want to every day go into work and look at the person walking in and be like, man, I could do that. Man, he doesn't know what he's talking about. She got here, she's less talented than everyone. I didn't want to be that person. I'm like, okay, if there's no difference between you and them, do the work. Get out of your own way. Make it happen. Anything you want, when you associate so much pain to where you're going to be by not taking action, that is how you will turn things around and get so much motivation to really change. Questions that'll help you do this, I'll link down below. They're 11. They changed my life. I know they'll change yours, and they're free if you're on this YouTube channel. Cost isn't financial. Oftentimes it's emotional. It's energetically. Like, do I want to be holding on to this for 20 more years? Like, literally carrying around baggage. That's why we call it that, emotional baggage, right? That's heavy because that's weight. It's psychological weight we carry from our past. Take someone who's in a relationship, can't get over their ex, it's ruining their other ones. Do I want to be carrying around what happened to me from high school when I'm 30, 40 years old? You don't get it, man. She cheated on me. She left me. Yeah, that happens all the time. Do you want to carry that around for another 20 years? I sure don't. Because guess what? You pass people on the street every single day who still are carrying the weight of what's happened to them 30, 40 years ago. The crazy thing is that this almost becomes an identity. Like, if the longer you carry something around, the more pain you associate to dropping it because you realize all the missed opportunities it's caused you. Man, if I hadn't held myself back, I could be XYZ. So now we really cling on to this story because who are we without it? Society doesn't have good models of this too, by the way. Like, maybe at the fringe, at the top, you look at athletes, you look at entrepreneurs, you look at high achievers, right? Those are all people who've gotten over it in one way or another. But a majority of people, guys, they're not really doing this. They would rather go back to subconsciously numbing themselves, checking out. You drink, you smoke, you distract, you scroll. So you can just retreat back into your fine zone, your comfort zone, where everything's okay and you don't have to think about it. You know what that is? That's procrastinating life. Right? We started this video with, why do we procrastinate? Why do we put things off to the last second? How many people are procrastinating living till the last second? You hear this all the time on someone's deathbed, right? I should have kept in touch with my friends. I should have been there more for people. I should have. One of the biggest motivators in life is the fear, the deep-seated fear of regret. I think now is a good time to drop a little old school motivational speaker Jim Rohn on you. He says, we all must suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The difference is discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. Let's land this plane together, okay? I know we covered a lot. There's two forces controlling your life. On one scale, you have pleasure, moving to something, gaining something. And on the other, you have pain, avoiding things, moving away from things. In general, you need both, but this one weighs pounds and pleasure can weigh ounces. That your whole life is like a film strip. And what you're experiencing right now, if you're unmotivated, if you can't build habits, if you feel like you don't lack discipline, it's because something in your past you're linking a lot of pain to. So when you subconsciously want to do something, you subconsciously go back and you say, nope, that equals this. And the way you can break that chain is to generate more pain to not taking action in 5, 10, 20 years, 6 months, whatever time frame, play around with that there, generate a lot of pain, and watch how that will light the fire under your ass to get out there and move. Thanks so much for watching. Love you, care about you, and I'll see you in the next one. Stop settling, start living. See ya.